One of the biggest mistakes that I see people make when they're building a community is treating it like it's a content delivery platform. They dump these training videos and they create these massive resource libraries. And I've even seen people build out entire learning paths in their communities. And then they're wondering, why is nobody engaging in their community? Well, the fact is, an online community is not a content delivery system. And it's also not a replacement for your email list. So the question that I'm going to answer for you today is, what exactly is an online community? By the end of the video, you're going to know exactly what a community is designed to do, what it's not meant to replace, and how to use it in a way that will actually help you make more money in your business. Let's get into it. So at its core, an online community is a space for connection, conversation, support, and a shared experience. It's where your people come to interact with you and interact with each other. They will ask questions, they could share wins, and they'll get support. So they feel like they're part of something bigger than just consuming content alone. It's designed to create ongoing relationships and engagement, and it's not a one-time consumption. Think of it as less like a classroom and more like a gathering space. It's where people come to be seen and to be heard. They want to belong and they want to move forward together. That's kind of the heart of what an online community is. Now let's talk about what an online community is not, because that's kind of where a lot of the confusion happens. So an online community is not a content delivery system. Okay, a community, it's not designed to replace your courses or even be a place to start your course. It's not built to house that step-by-step type training or long form lessons. Okay, it's not meant to be a library where people go to watch videos on a specific order or download workbooks and templates. Okay, that's what your courses and other programs are for. Those are structured learning containers. The community, it's meant to support those containers, not replace them. For example, if you're teaching someone how to crochet a hat, that's a training that would belong in a course with structured modules and lessons. The community, that's where they would come afterwards and they would ask like, hey, I'm stuck on step 3. Can anyone help? Or to share things like, I just completed my first hat. My daughter loves it. Maybe add a picture or two. So the community, it supports the learning. It does not deliver it. The community is also not a social media platform. It's not Instagram, it's not Facebook, and it doesn't have things like stories and reels and algorithms or that infinite scrolling. And that really is intentional. A private community, like what you would find in Kajabi, they're much simpler by design. And that simplicity is a feature, it's not a limitation. It keeps the space focused and it keeps the experience to be clean and it keeps your members from getting distracted. And another thing is the community is not a replacement for email. Okay, you're still going to need to communicate with your people outside of the community. Important things like an announcement, an update, and time-sensitive information should still go through email. Okay, because not everybody checks the community daily. Think of the community as one piece of your entire ecosystem and not the whole thing. Now, the community, it is really meant to support your offers, like your courses or your coaching services, not replace them. Okay, if you have a course, the community is where people would ask questions about what they're learning and share their progress. If you have something like a membership, the community would be where people would connect between the content drops and they would stay engaged month to month. If you have a coaching program, the community is where people would stay accountable kind of between the calls and they would continue the conversation there. So a community, it enhances the experience and it deepens the relationship with your members, but it doesn't do the teaching or deliver any curriculum. Try to think of your community as a living space, not a static resource hub. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you think about it, a living space, it's somewhere where people kind of return to regularly. It's active, it's evolving, and things are happening in real time. So a static resource hub, on the other hand, that's where someone kind of just visit once, they might download what they need, and then they just leave, right? If your community is a place where you post weekly conversation prompts, or where your members share their wins every Friday, where someone maybe asks a question and 3 other people jump in to help, that's more like a living space. Okay, communities, they thrive when they feel alive. Now, one more thing I want to address before we wrap up this video. A lot of people who come to Kajabi to build their community, they're expecting to have all of the bells and whistles of a full social platform. And then they realize that the community is actually quite simple, and they feel a little bit disappointed or even maybe limited. But here's what I want you to understand. That simplicity is actually one of the biggest strengths of Kajabi community. It keeps the experience very focused. It keeps your members from getting distracted. It keeps you from overbuilding and overwhelming yourself. And it keeps the community easy to navigate, and it's easy to maintain and easy to engage with. You don't need 1,000 features to create a powerful community experience. You need clarity, intention, and consistency. So remember, an online community is a space for connection, conversation, support, and a shared experience. It is not a course platform, it's not a social network, and it's not a replacement for email or any structured learning. It is designed to support your offers, not replace them, and it works best as a living, active space and not a static resource hub. And its simplicity is a feature, not a flaw. Now, if you want to learn more about online communities, you can check out this next video on your screen. And if you want to see a real Kajabi community in action for free, come join us in the Unstuck Me Club community. The link is in the description, and we hope to see you there.